I'm enjoying every bit of this. I know it's bad. I know, but watching these idiots face plant is just hysterical. So the impeachment process, which is blowing up in their face, one of the biggest face plants in modern political history, is getting worse for the Democrats. Now, folks, you can say, Dan, you're a conservative libertarian type. You're just saying that because you dislike the ideology of Adam Schiff and his loser brigade, Nancy Pelosi, Jerry Nadler, and otherwise. No, folks. Yeah, I do dislike them. You're right about that. That's not what the no I'm directing at. But ladies and gentlemen, the American people like to pick their own presidents, and they like to remove their own presidents via this crazy thing, Joe, called elections. Now, you think the dopey, ridiculous, totally out of touch Democrats would have caught on after the Clinton impeachment, which, listen, I'm just being candid with you, folks. I did not like everything Bill Clinton did. I obviously was not a supporter of his behavior in the White House. But as a strict tactical maneuver, the impeachment of Bill Clinton and the subsequent loss in the Senate trial to remove him from office was a political disaster for the Republicans. It just was. Joe, us denying it makes us look like fools. President Clinton, during the height of the impeachment hearing, you know what his approval rating was, folks? Take a stab at it. It was 73%. And Bill Clinton actually committed crimes. You would think the Democrats, who were dumb as a box of pet rocks, maybe dumber, would have figured this out. They haven't, folks, because they're like bricks. They really are. You cannot, their neurons are not functioning. They hate this guy so much. They trot out the two biggest losers on Capitol Hill, Jerry Nadler and Adam Schiff. You couldn't find anyone else but these two zeros? Still desperately in front of the camera right now, desperately trying to sell people that we got him now. You got nothing. Yeah. You've got nothing. Here's a piece in the Washington Examiner by our friend Paul Bedard showing you exactly what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Impeachment increasing support for Trump. Joe, am I reading that wrong? Paula, you too. Am I reading this wrong? Paula, just checking. No, I'm not reading it wrong. That is the headline by Paul Bedard.
You're all right.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I need you to, my eyes are, I'm getting old. Things aren't working well anymore. Impeachment is increasing support for Trump. Paul Bedard, Washington Examiner. The article will be in the show notes today. Please subscribe to our email list, Bongino.com/newsletter. We will email you the best conservative articles of the day, and BonginoReport.com features a lot of these too. Folks, what is an impeachment and what is the subsequent Senate trial designed to do? It's not a criminal trial. It's not. It's a political trial, and everybody knows it. There is no crime. There is no allegation of a crime. Does anybody remember during the farce impeachment hearings on the House side, Joe? Remember when they asked, the Republicans asked all of the witnesses, if you have any evidence of a crime the president committed worthy of impeachment, raise your hand. Joe, how many people raised their hand? Do you remember?
None.
Yeah, zero. Yes. No, I'm sorry I caught you off guard. Zero.
No.
None. No
I
one.
remember. Yeah.
Nobody raised their hand. This was the first impeachment hearing in American history. No one actually has evidence of crime. Folks, that happened. To the liberals listening, I know, again, your skulls are seriously this thick, leaving you one or two functioning neurons to keep your diaphragm working and maybe your heart moving. I know the brain doesn't actually process information, but you do realize that when the witnesses for your impeachment were asked if the President Trump, that is the president, I have to talk slow because these people are really dumb. You realize when the witnesses in your witnesses, Adam Schiff and the Democrats ran the impeachment, not one witness could point to an actual crime worthy of impeachment. You realize that, right? You understand I'm not making any of this up. I could play the video, but I don't want to bore my smart listeners to death, not including the liberals. I'm sorry, but it's true. You understand that, right? That no one's been able to point to a crime here? Do we have a screenshot from that piece, Paula? We do, right? From the Paul Bedard piece. Sorry, I forget what I screenshot and not, and I send over to it. Here, from the Paul Bedard piece. In its latest survey, Gallup, ladies and gentlemen, the polling organization, not Gallup like a horse, not some right-wing advocacy group. Gallup even said that the impeachment, quote, is increasing support for the president, just as it did for former President Bill Clinton 22 years ago, the double deuce. Said Gallup, as was the case for Clinton, the impeachment of Trump has not had a noticeable effect on his popular support. In fact, for both presidents, impeachment had the opposite effect of increasing their public approval. Folks, I'm sorry, but I love this. I know it's bad. I know it. I get it. I know it's not right. And I know we should not celebrate the downfall of our enemies, our political enemies. I want to be clear. I know we shouldn't do that. But I'd be lying to you, and I don't want to lie to you because I love my audience, and our integrity and our authenticity matter, and I pride myself on that in this show. I'm enjoying every bit of this. I know it's bad. I know, but watching these idiots face plant is just hysterical. They are so desperate that they're getting wrecked and owned at every single turn that they've got to trot out pencil neck every single time. The eyeballs. I mean, Tom Shalhoub does a better Adam Schiff than Adam Schiff does. You know Tom Shalhoub from Fox? He's a joke. This guy's Senior. A caricature of a human being. He's like a single-celled amoeba. They trot him out there thinking like he resonates with the American people. Look, you know, folks, I was a working person my whole life. I was a painter. I worked in a cemetery. I stocked shelves in a supermarket. I was a cop, then a Secret Service agent. I only got into doing this for a living a little while ago. Believe me, nobody knows the working man better than me. My brother's an electrician. My father was a plumber. My other brother was a mover before he went into the Secret Service himself. I understand. I've been there. My mother was a cashier at a supermarket. I get it. Believe me, I get it. And I know Joe gets it. Probably more than me. Believe me, this guy's had his fans and everything. We're stiffs. We've always been working stiffs.
Right.
Do you really believe Pencilneck in his dopey speeches about fake crimes, Adam Schiff? Do you really believe coal miners in West Virginia and truckers in Pennsylvania are listeners going, that's my guy. That's my guy. Do you really believe this? Come on, Joe and I talk to normal people. I mean, they're laughing. We are laughing at you. You are hysterical. You are a joke. You are an unintended comedy act. You're an embarrassment. And everybody knows it but you.
You just heard The Dan Bongino Show. You can also get Dan's podcasts on iTunes or SoundCloud. And follow Dan on Twitter 24/7 @DBongino.